What's up, y'all? ABC here. So for my first real video, like I said in my intro, what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to tell you what's wrong with the dating market and why dating and interpersonal relationships have gone completely off the rails. Because I've watched a lot of the videos on this here platform, and what you notice is that, or what I notice actually, is that we dance around the problem, but we don't really name what the problem is in the dating market. Everybody blames the apps. Everybody blames this. Everybody blames that. Women blame men. Men blame women. All this stuff. You have all these YouTubers out here that they dance around the problem. They don't really name what the problem is. So I'm going to go ahead and name what the problem is. Now, I've seen a lot of channels that talk about it, but not in a dating context. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it out in the dating context and make it as digestible as possible. But the problem in the dating market is narcissism. The dating market has been inundated with narcissists. It's been a thing. It's been on the rise since the rise of social media. The rise of social media gave rise to the narcissist, and narcissism has been flooding the dating market. Here's the thing. I'm going to talk about the types of narcissists, whether they be overt or covert. I'm going to talk about narcissistic men being overt and covert, and I'm going to talk about narcissistic women being overt and covert. So over the course of the life of this channel, this is what I'm going to dedicate this channel to. All right, just talking about narcissism in the dating market, because that's the biggest thing. That is the biggest problem there. Now, to start this off, I want to talk about the men. I want to get started on men, because men are half the problem. Now, I'm going to talk about women. I will. I talk about men first. Men. Not all men. See, ever since I went down this rabbit hole that I've been in, trying to learn about all this stuff, I learned and place men into 3 separate categories. Category 1, or category A, is what I call the alphas. Those are the men who are here talking about getting their money, dating lots of women, having options, having nice things, again, earning 6 figures, getting your body right, being over 6 feet, and the unholy 666, those kind of things. Those men are what we call the overt narcissist. They're only concerned about the money they make and the women that they sleep with, and they better not be anything ugly. Because the overt narcissist only worries about money and status. He doesn't worry about anything else. He's defined by his money and the status. The reason why is because the overt narcissist has nothing else going for him but his money and his status. And his money and the status will dictate the women that he's with. And if the woman is all the better looking, well, then all the better, because it elevates his status. If with a good looking woman, of course, the status is going to be elevated, right? Right. With the over narcissist, you will find a hyperfixation on the women. How many women he can back, how many phone numbers he can back, how many women he can sleep with, the quality of women he sleeps with. Because again, all of that lends to his status, and he only cares about status because he has nothing else going for him but his money and his status. So I want to introduce into evidence Exhibit A. It's going to be Myron Gaines, and he's going to back up actually what I'm talking about. So let's get into it.
I have a rule. I talk to at least 30, 40 girls a night at the club. Why? Because I know 90% of those phone numbers that I collect are gonna flake. Anyone that does night game or goes to the club, you guys all know this shit. Meet a girl in the nightclub where there's alcohol, it's dark, things are random, blah, blah, blah. If you don't close that night, there's gonna be a very low likelihood that she's actually gonna show up on a date. But if you meet a girl at like a grocery store or somewhere more natural and you set something up, that'll be a lot more potent because she'll remember it, it's novel, and it'll work better. And you met her in a high value way.
So as you see, right, Myron there, he's talking about all the phone numbers that he gets because he understands this and that about women, which is a benchmark of the overt narcissist. So again, all of these alpha men, quote unquote, dating coaches, all they're going to do is set you up they set you up for failure by viewing dating through the lens of narcissism. Now, the next thing that you're going to notice about this type of person is a hyperfixation on money. All right, you have to make this money, or else you're not worthy of dating. So, allow me to introduce into evidence Exhibit B. Is going to be Kevin Samuels, and then we'll come back for more thoughts.
Number one, in order to be a high value man, it starts with money. Again, like it or not, I didn't put the 6-figure thing out there. It's been with us since the mid 80s, and like it or not, that's where this whole thing starts. You can't be high value and homeless, so you have to make a certain amount of money, and the line is roughly at $10,000 a month adjusted for Atlanta dollars. If you live in San Francisco, LA, New York City, where the cost of living is higher than 100%, you need to adjust it. So $10,000 a month gets the starting point off for high value. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you what the world gave me. Number two, that money needs to be made over a length of time, i.e. performance. And that's roughly about 5 years. And about the 3-year mark, you're kind of starting to scratch the surface. Why does it need to be 5 years? Well, because guys, it's a matter of consistency and stability. Look in the NFL, the NBA, anybody can have a great season, but having a great season does not automatically mean you're going to the Hall of Fame. They want to see consistent numbers over a period of time. You know how this works, just like I do in business. You can't be a one-hit wonder or have up here and down there. Consistency, performance over a length of time. That's why that 5-year mark is so important. Like I said, around 3 years, you're starting to scratch the surface, but at 5 years, people can pretty much count on you to say, this person understands and knows how to get it done.
Now, not all men are going to make $100,000 a year, make $10,000 a month, or whatever, right? That's not all men are going to do that. I believe that in, again, Group C, that I'm going to talk about in another video. See, Group C are the men. They're the blue collars. They can even be white collars, executives, but those are the men who are just happy with making a paycheck, bringing it home, putting food on the table, and unwinding with a scotch and video game. That's Group C. I'm going to talk about them in another video. But here's the thing, and here's why he says that the 6-figure thing has been around us since at least the 80s. Actually, that's true because with the advent of credit and Reaganomics and all of that, yes. But here's the thing. You women out there are drawn to the overt narcissist, all right? This is the lens through which Kevin is speaking. You women out there are drawn to overt narcissists. Why is this? Why is it that you can't resist an overt narcissist? He's an overt narcissist. Why would you even give him the time of day, even though you can't help yourself from giving him the time of day? Well, a lot of it has to do with the fact that you were conditioned from early childhood to idolize this kind of man as a partner. We've seen it in media, we've seen it in books and magazines and everywhere. This is what you need to aspire for in a mate. Someone who's successful, someone who's good looking, someone who's charismatic and flashy. But the thing is, a person who's successful, he has a lot of money. The person who's charismatic, he's flashy, he's good looking, he knows it. And that lends to overt narcissism. See, he's going to flash his money, he's going to flash his charm and his good looks and all of his things. And women just flock to him. And because of it, you have a high rate of infidelity, like a really popular thing that's going around is, the high value man having a lot of options and being able to sleep with a lot of women. Well, this is why. If you watch videos like what Whole Math puts out and other people, maybe some black pillars, but they show that most of the women, or the majority of women, which I don't believe is true, but what they say is that a majority of women go for this top 10, 5, 15%, whatever it is, of men, because they have the money, and they have the status, and they have these things. Well, yes, we've been conditioned to, if you're a woman, to be drawn to that as being desirable in a mate, or we've been conditioned as men as this is what we need to be men. Just go back to the 2 videos that I just showed. But the problem with the narcissist is that he knows it. He knows he has a lot of options, so he's going to exercise his options. And if you see some other videos that Byron Gaines has actually put out, he says, oh, look, I'm knocking stuff over. He says that sleeping with a lot of women is good, and that if you're a high value man, you're gonna sleep with a lot of women. If you're a narcissist, you're gonna sleep with a lot of women. See, here's the thing, and this is why I have to separate men as being high value and being of high values. And even me personally, you see, this is my wallet, and in my wallet, see, this here is all probably all the money I'll ever have the privilege of carrying, okay, with me. This right here. But I'm good with that. And a lot of men in my position, a lot of men who think like me, are good with that. Why? Because we don't need a lot of this to determine who we are, because this can be gone in the blink of an eye. The nice cars that you acquire, they could be gone. Poof, drunk, just a DUI accident. Wipe out your car. It's now an insurance claim. A fire can eat that nice mansion you have. It can all be gone. Poof, in the blink of an eye. It's not. It's not how much money you have. It's what's here, and this is what we keep trying. This is what I keep trying to say. This is what me and people like me keep trying to say. Now, again, when you deal with a narcissistic man, an alpha, the quote unquote alpha male, the overt narcissist, here's what can happen, or maybe it happened to you, and you like to tell your story. Tell your story in the comments. This is a judgment-free zone. In fact, I will wipe out any comments that are critical of people who tell their stories. But here's what you can expect when you deal with the overt narcissist. Number one, you're not going to be his only. All right. If you are bold enough to look at his phone or whatever, you're going to find that he has a lot of contacts. It's not just you, and he keeps in contact with all of his other contacts. Why? Because he likes to have options, and he likes to know that if you don't cooperate, or if you don't bend your will to him, then he can go to somebody else who will bend their will to him. Okay, so that's number one. Number two, if you do catch him cheating, he will gaslight you. He will say that, oh, it's not so bad. Oh, it's not really a thing. Oh, she's just a friend. Oh, we never did it. All that. He's just spitting cap. That if you caught him, you caught him. Don't let him gaslight you. Don't let him try to diminish or anything like that, because he will try. He will try, because the overt narcissist hates losing. He hates losing in competition, and he hates losing anything he has, especially a beautiful woman that caught him cheating. He's not going to lose that, because that chips away his status. It has nothing to do with you or the fact that you feel like crap because this man that you put your trust in cheated on you. He's not going to worry about that. He's only worried about himself and his status and how he's going to look knowing that somebody caught him cheating. So that's something else to look forward to. And then also, when there is a problem, it's never about him and the way he acts and the fact that he keeps in touch with people he's not supposed to be keeping in touch with. He's going to turn that and flip it on you and make you seem like the bad guy. Like, if you catch something on his phone, it's going to be, well, why are you going through my phone? Or if somebody tells you something's going on, it's going to be, well, why are you associating with them? That's another one. Also, when it comes to social media, and this is what I say, when you deal with narcissists, I tell you, maybe you see two narcissists together, but that's an extreme, well, not really extreme example, but when you see narcissists together, they invade each other's privacy. Why? Because, again, a narcissist does not like to lose. They don't like to be upstaged. So maybe you've been with this. Maybe you're a quote unquote normal person. You're a normie who gets with a narcissist, but you have social media, and the narcissist will always want to go through your social media, whether he tells you or not. He wants to. All right, he really wants to, and the reason why is because he wants to know that you are not upstaging him in the social media department. See, nobody's supposed to upstage him in the social media department. So if you post something, let's say you post a picture of yourself on Instagram, it's a relatively good looking picture. Here's what's going to happen. One of either two things. Number one, maybe you don't get a lot of likes, and he'll look at you like, wow, this is my woman. And, I'm proud of this, and this is mine, and she doesn't have a lot of likes, so that just reinforces the fact that she's mine. Or if you do get a lot of likes and comments, he's going to accuse you of being or wanting to be what some of these other people are liking and commenting. It's going to be, oh, well, what do you want to sleep with him? Why are you getting so many comments? Why are you posting these kind of pictures? He's going to flip it around and make you seem like the bad guy, even though he's still doing what he's doing with these other women that are all in his orbit. So that's what's up. But this is what women are drawn to because, again, the overt narcissist, he's flashy, he's successful, he's charismatic, he's tall, he's good looking, and he knows all of this. And this is why he thinks he can get away with all of this. You can't let him get away with all of this. So if you find yourself in a relationship with one of these people, then just know that he's gonna make things seem like your fault. It's not. He's going to try to demonize you in an effort to knock you down a peg. Don't let him do it. Because again, the over narcissist, nothing can upstage him and nothing can beat him. So again, do your best to cut ties before you lose your sanity, because I've seen a lot of people, they lose themselves in the interest of trying to be with this person who they think that everybody else wants, and they think they've won, which actually goes into another video that I'm going to make down the road, dealing with the female overt narcissist and why she's drawn to the overt narcissist. But I'm going to do videos interconnecting all of this stuff. So, because there is really overlap in all of these, especially when relationships are concerned. But that's what I wanted to tell you about the overt narcissist and the overt narcissist guy, the alpha guy, and the guys who follow people like Myron Gaines and Kevin Samuels, and they want to be that alpha dog. And this is why you should really, really, really stay away from them, because they're bad news. So if they're all flashy and they're throwing their stuff around, they're throwing their money around, and they have this harem of girls around them trying to get their phone numbers on, so stay away from that. So that's it. Anyway, I'm ABC. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'm going to have more videos coming down the road. So go ahead and subscribe, hit the notifications, and give this video a like if you like it. All right? So I know that my content is going to resonate with, or is resonating with people. All right? Thank you very much. I'm out.
Wait, don't scroll away just yet. You know that feeling when you're about to miss out on something amazing? Well, that's exactly what'll happen if you don't hit that subscribe button right now. Imagine all the mind-blowing content you'll never see, the laughs you'll never have, the knowledge you'll never gain. It's like leaving a party just before the cake arrives. Don't be that person. Smash that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. It's your ticket to the coolest content club in town. Trust me, your future self will thank you. So what are you waiting for? Join the fun.